Hey everybody, welcome to Squad Pod Sports episode 10. Got a really big episode for you today. Got a special guest, PHILLY.500, the one, the only,
welcome.
from YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, exactly, man.
No, thank you for having me on. Why you want to talk to me? I have no idea, but I appreciate it.
Well, man, you're pretty big in the YouTube game now. I mean, I know you've been doing it for quite a while. Why don't you tell us about yourself a little bit?
Well, big Eagle fan. Grew up an Eagles fan. Grew up in the Philly area. Then I moved, got married, got stuck and thrown in California, where I'm kind of by myself. So, I was like, hey, maybe I should use YouTube as like a psychiatrist for me when I watch the Eagles, because I'm always frustrated. I always got a lot to say, but I have nobody to say it to.
Exactly.
So I just got on YouTube and just started talking. I didn't think anybody was going to listen, and then it kind of, people started watching, and it's kind of gone from there. I really had no plans of probably doing it more than one season when I started, but I mean, people listened, and to me, it was just therapy. And since then, it's really just therapy for me. I come on and I just bitch and I say what I have to say, and that's it,
Yeah,
just
man.
Express your thoughts,
Exactly.
Just get out your frustrations about, or your happiness about what's going on. You know what I mean? Regardless.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about podcasts and stuff. You can kind of, it's great because you kind of feel like you're in the room with whoever's talking and stuff. And it kind of like, I started watching your live streams recently, and like it's a lot different because I just watched your one from Sunday night while I was watching the game. So I mean, it's funny to see your reactions to the game as it's going on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was always easy for me to do a live stream because if you know me for a long time, I never sit down during an Eagles game. I literally never sit down during it. Most of the time I'll have like 2 beers and I'll be just pacing around the house. So when I started doing live streams, it was just like, well, I could just stand here and yell. I'm going to do that anyways.
Yeah,
right.
And that's kind of how it started,
Might as well record it and put it up,
Yeah,
exactly.
For others to see. Like Wyatt said, like everybody who loves watching your content could sit there and watch it with you now.
Right.
Yeah.
And the whole neighborhood has known for years when the Eagles are on because I'm already yelling. So it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The best part is you get to interact with everybody too, because I know you have the live chat and everything. So I mean, that's even better on top of it.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun, and you get to know the same people. I have really good subs, and they're always there. So it's just like one giant family now. Because I know so many of the people. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that you and Lord Brunson are pretty much kind of got me kind of got the idea of wanting to do the podcast and being a content creator on YouTube, just watching you guys every day. And then I know Pat McAfee got his own show and stuff. So every day when I was at work on lunch and stuff, I'd be looking at you and Brunson's videos and Pat McAfee and stuff. And it's so I'm such a huge Eagles fan, you're always getting biased takes on ESPN.
Yeah.
And, First Take and Max Kellerman and stuff.
Right.
So it's it's nice to see your guys' take on it coming you guys are pretty positive going
straight
in
from a fan.
Yeah, I mean people say I'm positive. I don't necessarily mean to be. It's just I really think that it's just how I feel at the time. And I probably would be a lot more negative if we didn't win a Super Bowl a couple years. I'm not going to lie. That kind of softened me up a little bit.
Against my boys.
But well, we owed you one, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just refreshing because I remember when I first kind of started paying attention to content creators on YouTube. I know EDP was up there. He was like huge, and he was always raging every video and stuff. And then I was I found you guys, and it was such a different take. Where it was hey man, we're gonna get them next week. I believe we could do it. We're all right. We can do this thing. And it was that's what kind of attracted me to you guys' videos a lot more.
I appreciate it, and Lord Brunson's a great guy. He's become a friend of mine. And I mean, it's great. It's a great community. Good, and I'm glad to see more people are doing it. I'm glad to see you guys are doing it. And anything I can do to help, just let me know. I appreciate it. Like I said, you guys have me on.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and likewise, man. So with that, we'll kind of hop into happened this past week in the football season here.
Good
We'll start with
football.
it was a big week of football. We'll kind of break down each game a little bit. Some more than others, obviously. Like the Thursday night game was Broncos and Jets.
Right.
It was a pretty lackluster game. I mean, there's a couple big plays. Like Aaron Donald had a nice running touchdown there.
Right. Yeah. I honestly, I watched like the first quarter and I shut it off. I was bored. I think I was watching some conspiracy JFK thing. You know, I love the conspiracies.
Yeah.
And I got caught up in that. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I feel like a lot of Broncos and Jets fans even turned the game off after a while.
I watched like the whole game. I don't know what. I watched like the whole game, kind of off and on because I was editing last week's video during it, because I was a little late to get to that. But I was editing that while watching the game, and I was just, maybe that's why I kind of stuck to it because it took my attention away from that. Like I was doing them both at the same time.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Jerry Jeudy for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That catch he had where he just kind of backed into the end zone. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I did see that. He just kind of like ripped the ball.
Did he get hurt?
Did he? I'm not sure.
I didn't see anything about that.
I don't know.
I thought he had like 2 touchdowns in that game.
He might have. Yeah. Might have.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean.
But yeah, there wasn't much to talk about as far as that game goes.
Yeah.
I did pick the Jets for some reason. I don't know what.
There's never much to talk about when it comes to the Jets, you know.
No. Yeah. No. I mean, the only thing really maybe is like if Adam Gase gets fired here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Then we'll head into the next game here. Big game we'll have you talk about a little bit. The Eagles and 49ers, man. Finally got that W of the season we were looking for.
Yeah, that was an intense game. It was a close game. My biggest take out of that game, and you know, of course the Eagles had to win that game. I felt like you couldn't go 0-3-1. But the biggest thing I took out of the game was that if you look at the way Carson Wentz played, he struggled at times. He wasn't perfect, but he fought and he battled, man. He gave everything he had. And then in the fourth quarter, when it mattered the most, he came through. And to me, I'm really hoping that we can ride that, you know, string of confidence. Maybe he gets a little more confident. He relaxes a little bit. You know, he doesn't try to force things, doesn't try to do too much. And then, you know, maybe he starts playing better and the team gets on a higher level. So I was very happy with the way he played. I wasn't too happy with Doug's coaching. I know a lot of people like the extra point, but I just don't like his play calls, especially on the last possession where he basically ran the ball with Corey Clement, then Boston Scott, then Carson Wentz.
There on that final
instead
drive.
Of trying to get a first down, I thought he needed to be real aggressive.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't throw it.
Yeah, and why Miles Sanders isn't in there in that moment, this is beyond me.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared there towards the end of the game. We were kind of wondering if he was hurt or something, but I guess not. I mean, seems like he's fine. Yeah. But I mean, I was saying that last week on the podcast is like it seemed like his playmaking, his play calling was a little better this game. But I mean, there's still a lot of questionable calls in there, like so many sweeps
all over the place.
Yeah,
sometimes like it seems like you were saying, he's real conservative with the runs, and then he'll do something wild, and it's just like when he should have done something more conservative. You know what I mean? And it's like I just. Right.
But it's like as soon as he figures out a passing, like as soon as the passing game starts, it's like he doesn't want to stop. He just keeps doing it over and over.
And situational like calls drive me nuts. Like let's say he gets a 2nd and 1, right? 2nd and 1, half inch. He lines up like he's going to run and he runs. I mean, why not play action there and take a shot downfield? Why not try to catch them off balance? You could always come back on 3rd and 1 and run it. But it's like he doesn't. His situational calls really concern me going forward. But you know, then again, you know, we'll see. I mean, Doug won a Super Bowl. I think Frank Reich had a big part to do in it. I think Doug's a good coach. I'm just not sure he's a good, you know, play caller, a good schemer, you know, designs. I think he needs a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he needs somebody else in the wings with him. Yeah. I totally agree. I was saying that last week a little bit, that like it's been echoing that Frank Reich was the missing piece here the past couple years. Yeah. And I think maybe if things don't change, maybe like they're gonna tell him like you just need to hire an offensive coordinator. You need somebody else calling plays here.
Yeah.
Because I think I could see that before they ever get rid of him. And I know Jim Schwartz, he's definitely keeping his job as of right now. I mean, that this defense is pretty nice right now, especially that front.
For what you have, they're getting banged up, and you're still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the front. I think Darius Slay has been pretty good this year.
He's been really good.
Yeah. I like the way T.J. Edwards has played, even though I hate the way Nate Gary's played. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah, he infuriates me every week.
Go. Yeah. I mean, it's just brutal.
Some coverage.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he's at. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Linebackers are a problem. I think I would put Mills back at corner, and I just let Kevon Wallace. Like, me personally, I'd let Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor, and Kevon Wallace. I'd let them just play. Let them play. Let them make mistakes, and just let's get them, because maybe by the end of the season they start playing a lot better. It can't be any worse than Nate.
Just learn on the job type of shit.
Jordan Mailata, same thing with him. You got to keep him in there at left guard.
Yeah. And that's a mistake I think Doug often makes. Think about last year, right? Most of the season you had Greg Ward sitting in the practice squad, Boston Scott sitting on the practice squad. Why didn't they recognize that those guys should have been up and playing long before? And the same thing with Mailata. I mean, oh God. That guy.
You got him taking up a roster spot when you have all these decent receivers now.
Oh my God.
Quez Watkins and Hightower.
Ortega's got to go.
Yeah, I mean, that also doesn't benefit Wentz either. Is you got so many rotating receivers each week.
Right.
Like, who you playing with?
Right.
Then it's like you might have Alshon this week, maybe against Pittsburgh. Who knows? Like, it's they switch it up so much now.
I know it's really hard to know, and I'm done with Howard Roseman. I'm not gonna lie. I've been bitching about this guy for weeks because I just keep watching DK Metcalf, and I keep thinking I wanted DK Metcalf. I mean, I was streaming live that game, going draft DK Metcalf. I mean, if you imagine if you had him on this roster right now.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I mean, geez, it's just crazy. I don't know how you look at J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, right? Here's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His mom's at practice holding an umbrella for him, and then you got DK Metcalf, like with all these, jacked, fast, can move. I don't know how you look at both of them and go, "Oh, I want that guy with the umbrella."
With the umbrella.
What the hell, man?
Dude.
I don't get it. I don't understand that.
That's too funny.
I don't either. I totally agree with you. I think if anything, like, Howie needs to be kind of moved back to doing the contracts and the numbers.
Yeah.
Bring someone else in as GM and then the talent scouting and stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, on the other side of the ball, the 49ers, Kittle had a game, man. He could not be stopped.
Yeah.
That game.
Kittle.
That was the only person I was really scared of there in the game.
And Kittle is he's so good. He really is. And he was the one guy that I just knew we had no answer for ahead of time. And we didn't. And then you have Brandon Ayuk. He was a guy that I actually had rated as my fourth wide receiver headed in the draft.
I think I remember.
Brandon Ayuk, I thought he was going to be good. I would have actually took him over Rager. But I like Rager, don't get me wrong. But I had the top, I had Ruggs, Judy, and Lamb, and then I had Rager. I mean Ayuk. I had Ayuk. He looks fantastic too.
Yeah, he's hurling over our corners.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they got Deebo Samuel, who, I mean, they got two good, fast, explosive receivers.
Oh yeah, and I think that was his first game back, Deebo. I think that was his first game back playing again. He was on IR. But yeah, I mean, that was a heck of a game. I mean, I'm glad we pulled it out there. We definitely needed that win. I mean, we'll kind of get to the rest of the division here and the rest of the games here.
Right.
The next game we have was the Bengals and Jaguars. Joe Burrow finally got his first win in the NFL.
Finally.
Yeah.
It was long. It was coming. The way he was playing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think Burrow's a stud. I mean, I'll be honest.
Absolutely.
I wasn't so sure coming out of college. I wasn't sure how good he was going to be. But just after watching his poise, like when he's got pressure, he doesn't panic. I think he's going to be really good. I think the Bengals are up and coming team. It may take them a few years, but
definitely, yeah. I mean, if they can build around him nicely. I mean, they do have to compete with the Ravens and the Steelers in the division. So I mean, that's going to be a tough task. But I mean, that's definitely a way to build around a team with such a strong QB. You know, his rookie season coming out, I think he was throwing like 300 yards each game this year so far.
Exactly.
That's outrageous for a rookie
Yeah.
QB.
I think they said it's the first time anybody's done something like this since Cam when he was a
Wow.
rookie. You know,
Yeah.
like all these back-to-back 350-yard games type of shit, just like rookie season, not even rookie season, like first couple games, you know. So it's pretty impressive.
It is. It's really impressive, especially with what he has on the Bengals.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars are the Jaguars. They had us fooled the first week of the season, but like,
I was gonna say they're kind of already overperforming their expectations.
Yeah, they're still getting like 20 points a game somehow.
Yeah.
What?
Wait a minute.
I don't understand that team. I don't know what they're doing, but
I don't either.
They should be tanking.
That's what we assumed was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But it looks like they're trying to compete. Maybe they're just trying to give the illusion that they're not tanking when they really are.
Yeah.
And I know you're happy about this one, 500. We got the Browns and the Cowboys, man.
Oh, that
game was awesome.
That was a beautiful, beautiful game. I enjoyed. I was doing a channel membership stream during that game. That was so much fun. I love watching Dallas stink. You know, I mean,
it's great.
I hate that team. I mean, it's an evil, satanic team, right? I mean, they got the satanic star.
Too,
they sacrificed the chickens. There's a shortage of chickens in Dallas. These people are nuts. Yeah, they sacrifice chickens to Moloch or whoever the hell it is, and they sit there and they want to win games. They sacrifice chickens.
It's not helping at all.
Not helping them. No, it's not helping them. There's a lot of people are starting to rise up against it. You know what I mean? That they stink. The offense is really good, but that defense is like literally the worst I've ever seen. That's like 3 straight weeks where they've allowed 38 or more points. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And it's like they don't even turn the offense on until like they're already behind. You know, it's like it's already garbage time at that point.
Right.
I know.
I mean, they had any touches.
Yeah,
because they're always playing from behind.
They had a glimpse of hope against the Falcons there. That ridiculous onside kick.
That looked so fishy.
So I mean, they should really be like 0-4 right now.
Yeah, they should. They should be 0-4. And yet when they beat Atlanta, most Dallas fans thought they were going back to the Super Bowl. They looked at that game and they said Super Bowl. That's the thing that is unbelievable.
Every week it is with them. You know, Dak's the MVP, going to the Super Bowl.
I'm tired of hearing this shit at the beginning of every season. Like when we were talking about people on First Take and ESPN and all this shit. Like, one of them every year picks Dallas. At least somebody. And I'm just like, you didn't watch last year, or the last 15 years. Like, what changed?
And
they got Mike McCarthy and got worse.
Yeah,
I know.
Somehow.
They're more dysfunctional now than they were with Jason Garrett. It doesn't make sense to me.
Somehow they're getting all these primetime games and get treated like they're contenders every year. Like
they're not America's
brutal.
team.
Yeah,
no. Team. Okay.
No.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
That's up for debate. Okay, that's up for debate.
But I totally agree that they're not America's team.
They're not America's team.
But the Browns may have got it figured out. I mean, they're like 3-1 right now. They're
they are.
If they weren't in the division with the Ravens and the Steelers, I would have a little bit higher
hope. The Bengals
hopes
situation, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Probably a playoff team.
But I mean, like, even we'll see what the Steelers do. You know, I mean, they've been playing some chump teams here recently.
Yeah.
I could see the Steelers like killing it the whole season. To be honest with you, like I just see any. Unless injuries happen, that defense is insane. So Ben's gonna have to put up max 28 points a week to win games.
Yeah,
type of shit.
I mean that's the thing is like defense is scary, but I haven't really seen anything like super scary out of the offense of theirs.
Exactly.
That's the only thing. That's my reasoning behind it. But I mean, I could say the same thing about our birds right now. It's like the offense is kind of stagnant, but like the defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the next we got the Saints and the Lions. That was an iffy game. I mean, the Lions, man.
At first.
Yeah.
At first, I thought the Lions had a shot, to be honest, because they came out 14-0,
how it is every week,
right?
it seems.
I was like, what the? I bet on the wrong team.
Yeah.
Nope.
Drew Brees started slinging it.
Yeah.
Drew Brees can get out there.
Yeah, Drew Brees. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see much of the game, only the highlights.
Yeah,
But that's typical Detroit. It pretty
yeah.
much.
Zach.
Matt
This
Patricia's
is
probably
how.
on the hot seat here after
Yeah,
this year.
yeah. How's Swift been doing, by the way? Is he getting enough touches and stuff?
Jonathan Swift?
DeAndre Swift. Didn't they draft?
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
For who?
Detroit.
Oh no, AP's getting all the touches, man.
Yeah. See, they
Yeah.
got the
AP is
Swift
tearing it
This
up right
last
now.
game
to be
only had
honest.
four carries.
Four
this
carries.
last game.
Yeah.
But it seems like AP has the starting job there now. He's
Yeah.
been doing
Yeah.
pretty well.
AP's he's amazing, really.
I
For
don't know
his
how he's
age.
still doing it.
Like Gore, like Frank Gore.
Yeah.
The Frank
Kinda
Gore
ageless.
he's stuck on an even worse situation with the Jets right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Adrian Peterson's the only guy I've ever seen come back from an ACL and then have a great year that next year. Usually it takes one full year.
yeah,
Right. He did it. Just came right back. Unbelievable.
The
Yeah.
next season.
but it's
Yeah.
like the Lions. It seemed like they kind of have a roll every single week. They start like getting on a roll and then they just lose it in the second half every
Yeah.
single week.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know if
many
it's
weeks
just
until Patricia loses his job?
yeah, exactly, like Adam Gase and I mean Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien.
Bill Bryan. Yeah.
He's out of town.
Bill Bryan had to go.
Yeah, he
did.
definitely had to go. I mean, he single-handedly ruined that organization. In like
He hasn't
a
won
year.
a game since that playoff loss to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I saw something that was like, if I would have told you that 24-point blow against the Chiefs would have been the last win or last game against, I was just like, oh my God, he's right. The week before that was his last victory as a Texan, and that was like
Wow.
months ago. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Then
right.
let's
Yeah.
like D-Hop go. Let's like Clowney. Well, Clowney was gone.
Yeah.
But I mean, he let all
And
these.
then traded for Tunsil, traded all them picks for Tunsil.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's very questionable. And he was like GM and coach and like I don't know. We saw Philly fans know personally how that works out. If you give a coach all the power with Chip Kelly back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah, don't do
know
it.
all too well how that works out.
Yeah.
And it's
Although
not well.
I'll say, you look at some of his picks he made, they
Yeah.
weren't too bad.
That's true.
And he kept those guys healthy with all those shakes. I mean, I wish they would hire him, maybe as a health instructor for the
Maybe.
Yes.
You know?
You got
Yes.
Doug giving him ice cream after every practice.
I know.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
No, it's killing
Getting him
us.
cramps and stuff.
Especially Carson. It looked like he beefed up a little bit.
Yeah,
Man, Carson.
big boy coming into camp now. Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, so it's like, I mean, I know you talked about in your videos before that like you thought he was injured maybe, like because he had like the little soft tissue
Well-
here before week 1.
Well, the first 3 weeks, he couldn't. Like, if you looked at when he had to get out of the pocket away, he couldn't get moving.
yeah,
he
he was
looked slow.
snatching. Yeah,
And so I thought, man, maybe he put on too much weight. It was slowing him down. But then this past week, I thought he worked. He ran really well. He moved really well.
oh
so
yeah,
My guess is maybe it was an injury. Maybe whatever was bothering
Maybe.
him in training camp
he
was
had like a
bothering him.
nagging injury. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had like 3 rushing touchdowns in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and like last week he had like 65 yards. And like,
Yeah.
who is this man? He should not
Yeah.
be doing this right now.
Well, usually with Carson, like if something's coming, he can spin out, he can move, his stop to go is really quick.
he's
but
such
the
a
last
magician.
But the first 3 weeks, it was like he couldn't get going. Once he started moving, he was fine. But he was just like real slow. You know what I mean? I'm thinking,
Yeah.
man, what's this guy doing? Curling donuts? He
I remember-
cannot run.
I remember the first week against the Washington No Names.
Yeah.
He had a run. I think he ran a little bit, and me and Vern were watching, and I was like, he runs like Tom Brady. He like
Yeah.
runs bow-legged, and he looks slow. I remember
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, but last week it wasn't a problem. He looked
Yeah.
way more fluid. So
Yeah,
the only
he's-
thing I can think is injury.
Yeah, I mean he's a magician. I hold my breath every time he hikes the ball because like
Maybe it was rust.
Yeah,
It could've
I mean,
been, yeah.
Unconditioning, no training camp. Now we're 4 weeks in, and he's feeling
Yeah.
a little bit
it's
more.
kind of like the preseason a little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
He's taking some hits.
Yeah.
He's
Very
ready to
possible.
go.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of get back to these again a little bit. We'll talk about the Eagles then. Seahawks and Dolphins was a little closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
Seahawks a good game there.
Yeah, I had money on that
Magic.
game. I was a little bit nervous until they kind of pulled away at the end, and I covered, so I was happy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Miami looks like they're playing everybody tough no matter what. They're going to play you
yeah,
tough, and Seattle I think could may be the best team in the conference, if not top 2 or 3.
yeah. Up there with like the Packers, man.
Yeah,
They're
Right.
looking really, really good.
I
yeah,
see
Um,
them on a crash course for the championship game, the Packers and the
yeah,
Seahawks.
it's
yeah,
possible. But yeah, I mean, the Seahawks came away with the win yet again. Russell Wilson doing his thing.
Oh
DK
yeah.
Metcalf.
yeah,
Then we got the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers. Tom Brady threw another pick six this game.
He also
yeah,
threw 5 touchdowns,
He
didn't
did
he?
throw five more
yeah.
he threw five
5
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Like,
I was
I gotta
like,
make up for this.
who
I
is
think
that? Who
I
is this
think
man?
I think as Tom Brady gets used to that offense, I think he's going to get better and better. He's still got something left,
Oh
you
yeah,
know. And
definitely.
I said if he's 70% of himself, they're dangerous. That's a dangerous team. I think
I
they're going to be
think
dangerous as the season goes.
the veteran, the mind is what is so dangerous about him. And they were talking about how different him and Breeze look even. Breeze doesn't look quite as sharp. Like he's not throwing the tightest spiral. Brady's out here whipping the ball, like still looks nice and clean and sharp. And they were talking, like you said, even if he's a little bit lesser athletically, his
Yeah.
mind is still like
Yeah.
way up and above all these other everybody, not even
Yeah.
just the other quarterbacks, like every other
Yeah.
defensive player on the field.
Absolutely.
He's seen everything when they
Yeah.
were 2 years old, type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like you were
exactly.
saying, as the year goes, as he gets more familiar with that offense, that might be a sleeper team to kind of knock either the
Yeah.
Seahawks or the Packers out of the playoffs.
I think it's a
Yeah.
dangerous team.
Well, I know they had some injuries. I know like Mike Evans, like I
Yeah.
think he had like an
True.
injury. OJ Howard, I think he got hurt. They don't know how long he's going to be out.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, if they can stay healthy, that could be a dangerous team rolling into the playoffs. But I mean, that'd be interesting if they end up playing like the Seahawks or the Packers or something
Yeah.
like that. You know?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Be some good playoff games.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be weird to see how where each team is at by the end of the season. You know, with all the injuries going on and
Yeah.
If we
Even, like-
play a full season,
yeah, I mean, even with the COVID scares here this past week, I mean,
Maybe.
it's a scary
It-
situation.
Yeah. You don't know. I mean, if we somehow get in a position where we're like picking first in the draft, if the season was to end that day, then end it.
Yeah, might as
then
well.
it's like, oh,
Well.
well, I guess we
That's
gotta pick Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't want no Trevor Lawrence right now. Carson
All
Wentz,
right.
the dude. I'm
No,
sticking
Carson-
by-
I'll take Trevor Lawrence #1 overall and still doing something, either trading Carson or trading him, like, or trading that pick.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, I'll take that. Oh
Yeah.
man, this is the year to have that #1 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah, we got the
next?
Ravens and the Washington No Names.
An obvious game. It was a
Obvious
little bit
game.
slower than it should have been in the beginning, but ended up picking up. Ravens
Yeah.
pulled away at the end there.
Yeah, as expected. The only news that for Washington was like apparently Ron Rivera gave Dwayne Haskins a dressing down during
Oh,
the
yeah.
meeting this past week, saying that like if he doesn't improve his game, he's gonna get benched and stuff.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Man, that's no bueno.
That,
Like,
I heard
that's
about
that's
that.
that's a team that may tank it soon.
they could.
You know.
Trevor Lawrence
I mean,
gonna be a
they
Washington
don't even
No
have
Name.
they don't even have a name. There's no name.
What are they even doing?
What are you
I
doing?
mean-
How do you?
I mean, and that's what's so embarrassing about that law. I mean, we literally lost to a team without a name. People go, well, their name's the Washington football team. No, that's what they are. They don't have a name.
They don't even have a.
They don't have a name. How do
They
you
just
lose
had
to
to
a team
put
without
that
a name?
there.
I know, it's pathetic.
It is. And I mean, it's like, how do you expect Dwayne Haskins to thrive in a new system, a
Yeah.
new coach, like within the first 4 weeks? You know, I mean,
Right.
you got to win in the first 4 weeks.
But think
But-
about this. I don't mean to cut you off, but if you're
Oh, no, you good.
if you're a conspiracy guy at all like me, see, I think, okay, the Washington Redskins, they were one of the top franchises in all of sports. You know, the name was a classic name. Now it's going to go. They didn't win a Super Bowl with their new name. If you're the league and you want to put value back in that franchise, give them the first round pick, and in a few years you have them win the Super Bowl, and then that new name It sticks
Generates
and it has value.
Oh,
So just keep out. Like, I'm going to bet them for the next, like, 4 years. Like, in a couple years, I'm going to bet them for, like, 3 straight years.
I'm gonna look
Yeah.
back at this video and be like, "Holy shit!"
You predicted it. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, not to get off topic, but I mean, like, even when they made was it the Vegas Golden Knights for hockey? I mean,
Right.
they've been pretty much in contention every year.
Yeah.
So it's like, wait a minute, like, is that
Yeah.
a coincidence or what's going on?
I don't know.
That makes sense, man. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Next we got the Cardinals and the Panthers. Panthers got a surprising win. Kyler Murray is playing like himself recently.
Yeah, I lost. I bet this game too. I lost.
Me too.
I did too.
I thought because McCaffrey's out, right? So I thought they were going to lose. But you know, it's the NFL, and a young team like that with like the Arizona Cardinals, you know, those things happen. But
Yeah.
I still think they're a better team than Carolina.
I mean, I know Robbie Anderson has been doing really nice on that squad here. He's been doing really well. Teddy's been getting him the ball. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Kyler's not looking like himself. The Cardinals, I don't even know what's going on. I mean, they could put up the points. It's just a matter of like maybe if the defense that's the issue,
Right.
or maybe Kyler's in a funk.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean that is what it is. Next we got the Vikings and the Texans. I mean, Vikings
lost his job over this game.
Someone lost his job.
Yeah.
Over this game.
That team, I mean, he ruined
They
that
are.
team, dude.
Really
Some of
did.
those trades were just absolutely. The DeAndre Hopkins thing was the Eagles. That was the Eagles' move in the offseason to make.
They should have.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
That was the trigger to pull. And I think they made a mistake not doing it. But, I mean, hey.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
we see Arizona, we were just talking about, with him, isn't really doing the best right now anyway, even though he's been a bright spot on that team, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine him with Carson, though. Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Could
Be in a whole different position right now.
Right.
He probably still would be healthy, let's hope.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
True.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're cursed or what. If we sold our souls to that Super Bowl.
Maybe.
Bad since. I mean, the Vikings, they got a dub, but I mean, they haven't really looked impressive here.
They haven't looked impressive
for weeks.
No.
in any sense.
Yeah. Next game was kind of expected, the Rams and the Giants. I mean, it was kind of close there in the first half until they started pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, I lost money on this one too because I thought I had them plus 13, or what was it? Minus 13.5.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, it's the Giants, bro. It's the Giants. And of course.
I mean, I even had the Rams. I thought they were a lot stronger than they actually are. I mean, they came out the first 2 weeks, like, they looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And now they're like, all right, they're back to being the Rams again, where they're like, nah.
Yeah.
Are they good? Are they contenders? Are they're just middle of the pack? But yeah, I mean, next game, Colts and the Bears. Phillip Rivers got another dub there in Indianapolis.
Nick Foles struggled.
He
struggled. That does not surprise me at all because I think Nick Foles is one of those guys. I love Nick Foles, what he did, but he's very streaky. When he gets hot, he gets really hot, like top quarterback hot. But then he struggles in between. And I didn't think Nick Foles was that good in this game because I think there were opportunities for him to win it. But
I've talked about it before where they kind of like they need to activate the Nick Foles superpower where he needs to come in. Like you can't just start him. He's got to bench Trubisky and then have Nick Foles come in.
That's how you get big dick Nick energy.
And that's how you get stuff.
And Frank Reich knows him too, so he knows his weaknesses.
Exactly.
You know?
True. Very true.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about that.
So that could have been it as well. But maybe Matt Nagy incorporates a dual quarterback role. Have Mitch like play the first half of the game.
Right.
Things go right. So Nick Foles in there, have him save the game for him.
Yeah.
Trying to activate that magic.
Could happen.
It could happen. Then we have the Bills and the Raiders, man. Bills are looking really nice.
Bills are
scary.
Bills are looking really scary.
They're going to be a problem. Not even going to be. They are a problem.
They are a problem, yeah.
It's their division to lose.
I think they're the best team in that division. I really like Josh Allen. I mean, I just like that team. Getting Stephon Diggs was a huge move for them.
Right.
And I already like their defense. I think that's a really good team.
Oh,
They're
definitely.
well coached. They're very
Yeah.
well coached too. Like
Yeah.
I think that is definitely, like I said, their division to lose this year.
Right.
It's not going to be just cake, you know.
I
Right.
think
It's-
on top of that, though, they're really healthy too. I don't think
Yeah.
they have too many injuries either. I mean, and you
I
got
don't know.
Stephon Diggs, John Brown,
Yeah.
who else? Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
I think he's still out. He's still playing for him.
Yeah.
I mean, we got decent receivers. I mean,
Yeah.
and then Josh Allen's just like extending plays, running all around. He's wild.
He's an MVP candidate right now at this point. Now it's early,
Yeah,
and I still think Russell Wilson is the guy right now. But man, he's up there. He's
yeah,
up there.
I
I would
agree.
agree with that.
Yeah, I'd say it's like him, Russ, and then maybe Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, he's doing some crazy things too.
Yeah.
Something like 13 touchdowns, no picks, I think, so far.
Yeah.
1,200 yards.
He's
something.
wilding right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders, they didn't really. I mean, they look like they can win every game. They're kind of like the Lions, where like they.
The clock is ticking on Derek Carr. Like we
Yep.
said like weeks ago on this shit. This is his year. Like either you make the playoffs this year or you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I can
Because
see
John
that.
Gruden, apparently there's been like a rift between them here the past 2 years, you know. I think John Gruden is just looking for a reason to get rid of him at this point.
it's not his
He
guy.
Gruden has no patience. I mean, he
Yeah.
was the offensive coordinator of the Eagles. He had no patience with Randall Cunningham. He was trying to teach Randall Cunningham the West Coast offense. He gave him about a half a season. He was like pretty much done with him.
Yeah.
So Gruden has no patience, man.
No.
I mean, yeah, he came in and like traded Khalil Mack right away.
Yeah.
Got rid of Amari Cooper. I mean, yeah, he just came in and changed that whole organization. I mean, it kind of looked like it was for the better. They were winning some games, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Still
knows?
mediocre.
yeah. The next game, I think it would have been a lot better if you had your QB, man. But the Pats and the Chiefs,
If we had a QB, I mean,
if you had a QB, yeah.
I was so optimistic that first half.
Yeah.
So optimistic. I was like, yes, 6-3. Oh, we're marching down the field, about to get a field goal at least. You know, oh, what? Maybe a touchdown? Brian Hoyer's doing. Oh, you just took a sack? You tried to call a timeout when we already took off 3. Like, oh my God, I should have known in that moment right there. That was just like, okay, he's going to fuck this up for us. Later in the game, fucks us again.
Yeah.
I was so irritated. Studham came in the
Studham
game.
comes in.
Yeah.
Throws a nice dime touchdown. I'm like, ooh, okay, is this Studham gonna take Cam Newton's job? No, just kidding. But like, I was optimistic again. I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, put some points on the board. We're still down 16, but still at least maybe a respectable. And no, he throws a pick too. So
Yeah.
it's just fucked, bro. It was
Yeah, you
fucked.
guys were keeping up with them for a while. I mean, the Chiefs didn't get it rolling there until like the second half.
You want to hear an interesting little stat? I mean, I
Yeah,
saw it on. I'm sure you probably saw this too, but like three times has Pat Mahomes been held without a touchdown in the first half of a game.
Really?
Three
see that.
times.
Wow.
All 3 times have been against us.
Wow.
Against the Pats.
All
Wow.
3 times have been against New England, and that was another one last night.
That's that
So-
defense of you guys, you know.
It's Bill
Stephon
Belichick.
Gilmore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bill Belichick too.
That's Bill Belichick.
The
Like,
evil emperor.
I've thought about that. I'm like, literally every other game he's played in, he's thrown a touchdown in the first half, except for when he plays us. And that's weird. But he's also either 2-1 or something like that. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
2
mean,
and 2.
realistically, maybe if it was any other coach, maybe you guys wouldn't even have 10 points on the board.
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs at that point.
I
mean,
love seeing
you guys
Andy
did
Reid
what you
versus
could.
Bill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would like to see you guys like with Cam against the Chiefs. You know, that would be a good
Back.
game.
We'll be back.
Right.
And then you
I'm-
have, yeah, I mean that'll be a good game if that happens in the playoffs or something. And then last night also we had the Falcons and the Packers. I mean the Falcons are just terrible. Dan Quinn might be losing his job here.
Another one.
Next couple weeks, add him on the board of coaches.
Hey, I tell you what, Dan Quinn goes and he needs a defensive coordinator spot. You know, we can call him up.
Maybe it's possible. I kind of said the same thing about Patricia a while ago, but then I figured like, we got Darius Slay. Darius Slay doesn't like Patricia. So
Right,
that's-
yeah.
You
Yeah.
completely done with with Schwartz, both of you?
I just don't like his scheme.
I don't either.
I just think that in today's NFL, you have to like the defense is at such a disadvantage all the time that
Yeah.
you have to get to the quarterback. That's your only way.
Right.
And I like that old Jim Johnson, Buddy Ryan. You blitz, you go after the quarterback,
Exactly.
and that's how it's done. And he doesn't do it, and then he plays a stupid sticks defense, and
I was
just
gonna say
drives me nuts.
sticks. Yeah, I'm
Drives
not
me
big on
nuts.
them playing 10 yards off of the receiver to start
I
out.
personally have never liked him. Even when he was head
Yeah.
coach of the Lions, I've always hated Jim Schwartz.
Yeah.
He looks like a little nothing. I don't know him obviously, but so nothing against him personally. If he ever wildly,
It was just something
watches
about
this.
him you just
But
never
there's,
liked.
I just like the same with what's his name in the NBA? Oh God, he's on the Clippers. Brad, you know who I'm talking about, Patrick Beverly. For some
Pat
reason,
Bev, yeah.
I never like. He just always looks like I don't like this dude. You know what I mean? There's
Right.
Jim
Yeah, he's the
Schwartz gives
face.
me that same. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
face.
We have such a love-hate relationship with Jim Schwartz because like as soon as you start to hate him because he's not changing the schemes up, then like he has a great game.
Right.
Like against the 49ers, we were seeing a lot of blitzes. And it was like, where was this before? Like, was he just kind of saving this? Or like, and then you had the week against like the Rams where he's like, yeah, I mean, that was on me. I didn't change the game plan enough.
Well, I mean, like even week 1 versus Haskins, like why are you not blitzing Haskins?
Yeah.
He's a second-year quarterback. I don't understand it, especially when you're up 17-0 and they're trying to make a run.
Yeah. You got like Fletcher Cox, you got Brandon Graham and like Josh Sweat and like all these guys that can get, and Hargrave, and all these dudes that can get to the quarterback, and you're not using them.
The quarterback.
Rush them.
I mean, they blitzed this week. They brought Cravion LeBlanc. He got a fumble.
I saw,
You got to get to the quarterback in this league. If quarterback has time, they will kill you.
Exactly, and that's the key. If you
On
that
this
helps
level.
the secondary out, it's not putting all the pressure on the secondary to do all the job,
Exactly.
And I mean that's kind of where the problem is with his scheme is he's relying too much on these cornerbacks that like they aren't necessarily elite corners, so like they're not going to be able to cover all the time.
Right.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit before. You said about Jalen Mills moving back to corner, and I mean I remember. Last year we were like, let's move him to safety. He belongs at safety. And I mean, he looked good at safety, and now it's like, all right, he kind of should be back there with Slay now.
Right.
It seems like the right fit.
Yeah. I don't think I just don't think he's good enough tackler. He just seems a little small to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's burning them double moves too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, Packers were doing Packers things. They just went out and demolished the Falcons. They looked terrible. I mean, that was the games for the week. What were the records that we had, Vern?
Not good. Well, yours was good. Yours was very good. You ended up 11-4. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Pretty good. Your only losses were the Cowboys. We both, I crossed the Steelers game out. We both picked the Steelers, but that game got canceled, obviously.
Yeah.
Your losses were Cowboys, Arizona, Texans, and the 49ers.
I mean, it worked. I told you I was going to use the reverse psychology. I picked the 49ers so we would win the game. I had to do it. I did sacrifice the bet for the
Like I said, for some reason I picked the Jets. I was just feeling real antsy, I guess. I don't know. I was like, oh, I'm going to pick the Jets. Pick them.
The week the Jets turn it around.
They burned me. I picked the Patriots because I couldn't get over. I just couldn't. I was Patriots.
Yeah.
I had the Jags. I had the Cowboys. I had Arizona. I had the Texans, and I had the 49ers. I went 8-7, bro.
Oh man.
That was my worst week yet.
That was your worst week.
Oh my God. So that the records stand at you're at 44-18. I'm at 38-24. So you definitely you got a big lead on me right now.
Well, hopefully we can keep it rolling here.
I need to make a comeback
for this week. We'll just kind of run through them pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
First one is the Thursday night game, the Buccaneers and the Bears. I think I got the Buccaneers in that game.
Okay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I could see that ending up like a nice game though, especially just I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick the Bucks too. Don't get me wrong, but for some reason, them Bears like to play from behind and kind of like act like they're gonna win the game type of shit, or in the case against who they played the other week, they came back and won. The Falcons come back and win the game. So the Bears have been interesting to watch lately. Even though they're the Bears, they're all, what are they still 3-0 right now?
They're 3-1.
3-1 because they just lost to the Colts.
Yeah, they
That's
just
right.
lost.
But still, a 3-1 team versus the Bucks. Hey, let's see. I'm taking the Bucks though.
Yeah, I think the Bucks too. The Bucks.
Yeah, I mean Tom Brady might be throwing 5 touchdowns like last week. Yeah. Who knows?
I could see it.
Yep.
Then our big game next week, Philly, Eagles and Steelers, man. What you got? What's your thoughts on this game?
I think the Eagles are going to win. I think the Eagles are going to go in there and beat them. It's going to be a low score. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be tight. But I think the Eagles are going to win. I'm going to say a field goal end of regulation.
Ooh. He's calling.
I'm calling
the game.
But I think the Eagles are going to win this game. Partly because I said 2 weeks ago that I think they'll end up 2-2 playing Baltimore. So I'm going to stick by that.
Okay.
I agree. I think I got the Eagles this week. I think it's going to be a really good game. It's going to be the battle of the defenses pretty much this week. See which offense could get going. But I think coming off this win against San Fran, I think we're going to be rolling into this week against Pittsburgh. I know it's in Pittsburgh, and I know they're going to be able to have some fans, but I think we're going to be able to pull through it there. I think Carson got some confidence now. He's going to be able to make some big plays.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to roll with Pittsburgh. Almost just kind of to play devil's advocate because I got 2 Phillies fans right.
There you go.
Philly fans right here. I'm by no regard a Pittsburgh fan. Our other best friend Alex is a huge diehard Pittsburgh fan. So I don't like picking either of them, to be honest with you. I don't like picking the Eagles or the Steelers, but I'm rolling with the Steelers. I just, like I said earlier, I think that defense is going to take over the game. Carson Wentz is the man, but I think he'll be the man on the run for most of this game. They're just going to be attacking. If he ends up throwing it, that defense is kind of ball hawking. I can see a couple picks. It'll be a close game, I can see. But if it comes down to the defenses, I lean a little bit towards the Steelers on that front because the offenses really are too different. The Steelers' offense is not that great whatsoever, and the Eagles can be flashy in certain spots. So that's a toss-up. But I'm going to roll with the Steelers.
I mean, it's understandable. I mean, a 3-0 team going against a 1-2-1 team.
Yeah.
I mean, just on paper, it doesn't look great.
Hey, we'll
even
see.
the Steelers' defense is a little healthier than ours. But, I mean, I think I just got momentum. I mean, the Steelers, they had an unexpected bye week.
Right.
I mean, that could have maybe messed up their mojo a little bit. Maybe if it could have been a different situation if they would have played that game. Maybe the Pittsburgh would have an edge, but I think because they kind of missed that week, I think we might be able to catch them off guard a little bit.
I think they're going to have fans there too, so I think they're getting fans.
I think they got some fans. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think the Eagles might be. I think it comes down to the city of Philadelphia now. If the Eagles are going to have fans here in the next couple weeks or not.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, because I know, like Tom Wolf said, that they're allowed to have fans, but I think it comes down to the actual city now.
Yeah.
The next game we got Panthers Falcons. I think I got the Panthers in that one.
Yeah, man.
That's hard. That's in Atlanta?
Let me check here.
Was that Carolina?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna say Falcons win.
Yeah, it's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Man, this is a tough game.
I think they're gonna get their first win.
Yeah, Atlanta's favored.
Oh man.
I think I still got the Panthers. That is a tough one.
I'm gonna roll with the Panthers too, just because like I keep betting on the Falcons every week, bro. I keep putting money on them, and I keep getting burned, and I'm not doing it again. And watch, this is a reverse psychology type of thing. Maybe I should put money on the Falcons now that I wrote down the Panthers, but I'm betting as far as this podcast, Panthers. Tired of the Falcons letting me down. Dan Quinn, you're about to get fired. You're going to be on the Philly staff by next year.
There you go.
The Bills and Titans is the next one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Titans, who knows if they're going to be missing the players. I'm guessing that tested positive for COVID. I don't know if that's going to make a huge impact at all or not.
They're going to be missing like half their team. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills are rolling. So
Yeah, I would take the Bills. I take Bills. That would
Yeah.
Take Buffalo in that one.
Yep.
That's a pretty easy one. I mean, I do think under different circumstances that'll be a lot closer, but I just, especially with everything going around that Titans locker room, when's the last time they practiced?
right.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got the Bills on that one. A rolling Bills team, they're rolling.
Yeah, exactly. Raiders and the Chiefs.
Oh man, this is tough.
Got the big old Chiefs. Super Chiefs rolling into it. Old
Chiefs,
Patty
definitely.
Mahomes.
Chiefs by 21.
Yeah.
By 21. Next game is Cardinals and the Jets. I think Kyler Murray's gonna have his bounce back game. I think the Cardinals are gonna take it.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam
I
Gase is fired after the game.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We should start a new segment on this. Is like, when will he get fired or something like that? Like, which week will it be? Like,
At this
and
point, it's
after-
like any time now. Clock's a tick.
anytime though. Especially since I was listening to the radio the other day. They're talking about teams kind of get like cold feet sometimes. So once that first domino falls, like I.e. Bill O'Brien,
Right.
and they're more right. Now it's like, okay, now you're on even thinner ice because somebody already got fired. We got to start our next head coaching search as quick as possible because some other team already did. So we'll see.
Yeah, so I got Cardinals in that one. Rams and Washington, no names. I think I got the Rams in that one.
Rams. Yeah.
Rams. Yeah.
Yep.
Next we got a division game, Ravens and Bengals.
Ooh.
Ravens.
Yeah, I think I got the Ravens in that one as well.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game to start, but Baltimore will pull away the same way they did against Washington. It seems like there's something up with Baltimore right now, but they're not that bad where they're going to lose a game because of it. If they get beat, it'll get like because of the Chiefs type of shit,
I hope
outplay them.
I hope they score 60 points on the Bengals. Seriously, get as many points as you can because you play us next week. So I need that letdown.
Wait, you guys play Baltimore?
We play the Baltimore after the Steelers.
After the Steelers?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think it's in Philly too, so that's
it's
the good part about it.
At least the NFL gave us the Broncos after the Chiefs, man. Jeez.
No, we had a tough stretch.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, next you got the Texans and the Jaguars.
Really gonna make me pick a team out of these
just
two.
lost their head coach.
Gotta go with the Jaguars.
Gotta go with the Jags.
I was thinking the Jaguars, the legend Gardner Minshew. He's gonna get another win for him.
Yep.
0-5 Texans going into week 6.
Next, Dolphins and the 49ers. I think I'm gonna pick the Dolphins in this game, to be honest.
I'm with you. Halfway because I agree with you, and halfway because I gotta stick with you. So if you win this, I can't be falling behind even more.
I would go 49ers.
49ers?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a game that could easily be the 49ers win, especially if Kittle's just falling out like he was against us. But I mean, the Dolphins, it seems like they're hanging with every team that they're playing.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, even against the Pats that first week, they were hanging in with them.
They do, yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick refuses to quit.
He's dangerous. He gets hot. He's streaky too.
He does. Next is the Colts and the Browns. Interesting. Both 3-1 teams.
Cleveland's got. It seems like, especially that run game, they got it figured out. Odell has been on fire. Looks like he's fully healthy. I see them kind of running away with this one. Okay. Every time I watch Phillip Rivers throw the ball, I'm like, what the fuck? it just, the way he throws it, it's just so unclean every time. But it gets there. And I'm how does this man do this? But hey, I don't trust it. I don't trust Cleveland either, to be honest with you. I'm picking them in this game here. They're rolling. They're hot.
I don't trust Cleveland's defense. So I think the Colts are going to win that game.
Yeah. I think I'm going to pick the Colts.
Got a point there.
Colts have a nice defense.
Cleveland does not have a defense.
Yeah. No. So I think I got the Colts in that one.
Okay. Yep. I'm sticking with Cleveland though. I'll see. I'll die on that one.
That's understandable. I hate to do this to you, Philly.500, but we got the Giants and the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is one where you just hope they just destroy each other, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
maybe a
just want them to beat
tie.
the crap out of them. But I think I'm going to go on a limb here because I hate Dallas. I hate the Giants too. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
I don't think Dallas defense is good. I think everybody can score on them, and the only way Dallas wins is if they score 30 points each week. And
Right.
at some point it's not going to happen. I think the Giants win in the upset.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
taking Giants in an upset.
I
They
could
got to
smell
get
an
their
upset.
first win.
Exactly.
And Dallas, I just don't like their defense.
Yeah, division games are always tough too.
Yep.
You know, that's a decent pick, to be honest. That's tough. That is tough.
It's a tough game.
I want to pick the Giants, man. I want to, but I think I'm gonna give the edge over the Cowboys. To be honest, I don't want to pick. It hurts my heart to pick the Cowboys.
I know.
But that's who I think is gonna win. I would love to see, maybe it's reverse psychology again. Maybe the Giants will win. I hope so.
At the very least, I just want to troll Cowboy fans. I know it'll piss them off to hear me say
Every
it.
week.
So
Every week.
Yes.
I
I'll
love
take
posting
the
like
loss
the crying
and troll.
Jordans.
That's
of
I'm
right.
gonna have to pick them too. To be honest, I'm just gonna roll with the Cowboys because I think their offense is much better than
It is.
the Giants' offense. Even though it's very debatable that their defense could be one of the worst defenses in the league at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So I think that's a smart pick of the Giants in this one because it could be upset alert type thing. But I'm just gonna roll with the Cowboys as a safer pick on that one because I
Okay.
already picked Miami. I'm acting wild out here. You got me picking Miami. All right, what's the next one?
Next one was the Pats and the Broncos. I think I got the
Okay.
Pats in that one.
I don't know if Cam's playing or not. They said that he's asymptomatic still, and could practice as soon as Thursday. So I'm
Okay.
like, okay, like that's kind of what I'm gonna base my pick off of.
Yeah.
I am that disappointed with what I saw out of Brian Hoyer that I don't know, especially with Sonny Michel being out this week. I don't know if he'll play next week.
Yeah.
A week before, he had 9 carries for over 100 yards. We need Sonny Michel if we
Yeah.
don't have Cam Newton. So it's more or less depends on how the shit plays out for this one for my pick. I want to pick the Patriots regardless, but I
Yeah.
just feel like Denver could sneak a win out on a shitty, discombobulated Patriots offense.
Possibly. But I mean, it is Bill Belichick.
It
Yep.
is. I'm picking New
I
England.
got the
saying.
Pats in that
Yeah.
one.
I think the Pats too. I think Belichick losing too is not likely. I'm not sold on Denver. Even if Hoyer plays, I think that Patriots take it.
Okay. Next we got the Vikings and the Seahawks. I got the Seahawks on them Vikings. You know, I think the Seahawks are gonna be 5-0 after this week.
Yeah, I
They're
agree.
rolling.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. I can see it being like, because the Seahawks, they're like Pittsburgh, where sometimes they seem to play down the shittier teams.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they squeak it out. They're not gonna end up losing that. So
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
And then the Monday night game is the Saints and the Chargers.
Ooh.
In New Orleans.
Yes, I think so. Yep, the Superdome. Yep.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
like it. I have to take the Saints at home.
Yeah.
I'll take the Saints.
Almost kind of have to at that point.
Yeah, I want to
wa-
take the Chargers. But
Yeah, I do too. I mean, the rookie QB has been balling
he
here the
has.
past couple weeks.
I like
mean,
Herbert.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
nice.
but I think
He's got a cannon.
Yes, he
but I mean,
does.
you're going against Drew Brees and like Sean Payton.
Yeah. I'm rolling with New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
that's
one-
all the games for that
That's
week.
one of those games where I might bet the point spread. I may take the Chargers in the point spread, depending on how many points it is. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't take straight up.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's all the games for that week. I mean, I know that you're kind of running on time here, so we'll kind of do the bias bubbles first before we kind of talk about the NBA finals and stuff.
Yep, no problem.
Just because I know you're on some time limit here, Philly.
No, it's all good, Scott.
So what's all going on? What do you want to talk about with the Eagles, man? What's your thoughts?
My thoughts. Well, injuries, of course, is where are we at with injuries? We're going to get Deshaun back. We're going to get Alshon Jeffrey back. When are we going to get those guys back? And I would say, my concern going in to this week is going to be Doug Peterson and that play calling. I think that the Eagles need to start using Miles Sanders a lot better than they do. They treat him almost like he's just another rotational running back.
Yeah.
I think the offense should be running through him right now. I want to see him get more than 13 yards, more than 13 carries. I want him in the backfield. I want him in the slot. I want him on the outside. Like, I want him to drive teams crazy, much like Andy Reid used to use Brian Westbrook. And so I think if they start doing those things, that offense will start moving. But that is my big concern. I really think Carson's going to be all right. But the play calling and how vanilla it is and how innovative it is what concerns me going into this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just tired of seeing screens every week. I know Vern's tired of hearing me say it, but like it's like every week there's like just the screens are so predictable, they never work.
Right.
Like they just I know there was a little bit more originality to their play calling against the 49ers. They had some new stuff they were incorporating.
Right.
But I mean, it's just like every week with the screens, Doug. You need to change it up, man.
I see it coming.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they need to put some pressure on Big Ben too.
I'll tell you one other thing I don't want to say. I don't like when they bring Jalen Hurts in, because like I feel like Carson comes in, starts to get a rhythm, and then you pull him out for a play. Like I don't like when they do it. I mean, I understand why you want to do it. Do it early, but when he's getting into a rhythm, don't take him out and then put him back in. I just think it screws everything up.
Maybe just put Hurts somewhere else in the lineup.
Put him somewhere else if you want to use him. But when they take Carson out or line him at wide receiver, I just don't think it helps our continuity.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Have him like line up at like fullback or something. Have him line up with like Sanders, and then like who are they gonna go to type plays? I definitely think they can do that. It was nice to see Wentz out blocking though. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
he was out there shoving. He was out there shoving dudes.
That was real nice.
Yeah,
it was.
That was pretty cool to see. And I mean, it scares me every time he runs also, but I mean, it's so cool. I love seeing him do it. Rushing for touchdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
I just being an Eagles fan, it's cautious. It's super cautious. I'm scared every time he starts running around in the pocket. But I mean, he's a magician. Somehow he dodges all these sacks. I mean, he ends up getting sacked sometimes, but I mean, somehow he ends up dipping and ducking all these defenders and extended plays.
He does, definitely. I want him to be on. I want him to have a huge game, and I really think that fourth quarter against San Francisco really was a big deal for him. Absolutely. We're gonna find out,
Especially who was it that he bombed it to? Travis. I forgot his last name. Fulgham. Yeah. Once again, like a practice squad player coming out of nowhere, making a name for himself.
Yeah, maybe we should give more of these guys chances, really. But I mean, I thought that kid played. I mean, there was clips today going around Twitter of him blocking. I don't know if
I saw that in the end zone there.
He just pushed the guy right through the end zone. I liked what I saw of that kid. I mean, better than Ortega-Whiteside, I tell you that.
Yeah, they might as well just like trade him or cut him at this point.
Get rid of him. That shit's so funny.
Like I'm tired of seeing Ortega-Whiteside like practicing or like if he's even practicing. I'm tired of seeing him on the roster wasting like man, you wasted a pick on this guy. He hasn't caught like any passes.
No, I just like I said, I just don't know what they were looking at. I can't understand it.
I don't either.
I would have loved to have been in that room where they're like going over his tape, and I'm going, "What are you talking about? Right? What is this guy's
who agreed with him? Like, oh yeah, that sounds logical, Howie.
Let's see.
Good idea. That's
a good idea. Runs. It takes him 5 minutes to run a 40. Let's draft that guy.
Not DK, who's bigger than a tight end and can run faster than most receivers.
I know.
It's I don't know, man. It's definitely fishy. I have a lot of confidence going into this game with Pittsburgh. I know why some people are skeptical. I mean, it's Pittsburgh and all, but I mean, I think the momentum is on our side at this point. Hopefully Doug can get it together, call a nice game. Jim Schwartz, hopefully he can figure out something, do something different with the defense like he did last week. Maybe add some more blitzes in there.
Absolutely.
But I mean, we just need some guys back, man. It's at this point, it's just going into each game. It's like, all right, who's going to be hurt this week?
Right.
who's going to go down this
scary.
week? It is.
Yeah.
It's really scary. Especially like seeing Lane Johnson going in and out. This last game, I'm glad he got to at least play somewhat. He wasn't out the whole game, he kept coming in and out.
Yeah, he toughed through it, definitely. Then you had TJ Edwards, he went out.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's their best linebacker.
Fletcher Cox was out. Yeah. Darius Slay left for a little bit. It was
every week. I've never seen anything like it. I really have never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning, and I mean, they double covered Zach Ertz a lot. He only had 9 yards against the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, Ertz has been, Ertz is an interesting situation because
it really is.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm calling up my man right here, Vernon, calling up his team, New England, and I'm saying, "Hey, yo, Bill Belichick, how you doing, dude? I want to send you Zach Ertz, Ertz, buddy.
He's just got the cutoffs. I don't have a hoodie on, man. I wasn't prepared.
But I'm gonna need a lot back. But
for Zach Ertz,
definitely. Yeah. I think it's time to move on from Ertz. I know a lot of people love him, and I love everything he did. But man, I really think Dallas Goedert, he looks better to me than Ertz.
Exactly.
Did you see Ertz try to run that the tight end screen that Goddard always runs and goes for 20 yards? He couldn't break a tackle. He just can't break a tackle.
And then you had Richard Rodgers. He did really well too.
Yeah,
he had a couple nice catches. And I was he was kind of used sparingly before. He's always been on the roster, but they never really utilized him. But it was nice to see him out there. But I agree. I mean, we talked about it here on the podcast before a couple weeks ago about whenever the alleged confrontation with Howie and Zach Ertz after a practice that one day.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, man. I think it's probably best to trade him while his stock's high. Get as much as you can for him.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of I wouldn't say rebuilding, but we're retooling at this point.
Yeah. I would consider. I would. I mean, I have to get a lot, but I would consider it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got Goddard. I mean, you could always find a backup tight end. I mean, Richard Rodgers isn't bad. He's decent. I know they picked up another kid that they converted from a wide receiver to a tight end this past week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think the O-line needs addressed more than anything, other than receivers, obviously. But his O-line has a lot of holes. I mean, who knows when Kelsey's gonna leave? If he retires here in the next couple years, I don't know, man.
I'm hoping Jordan Mailata will be that left tackle. I'm hoping he can take that job and run with it.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting situation if he's really good. What they do with him and Dillard, that would be very interesting.
Exactly.
I like that kid Driscoll.
He seems like he's doing well.
Yeah, and then when Peters comes back, I would just move him back to guard. And say,
I was going to ask you what you thought about that.
Yeah, I would say you go back to guard, but we want some of our money back.
Yeah.
You want a big deal. You want left tackle money.
Yeah. We tried it out. Didn't really work. Jordan's doing the thing now. They maybe move back to the right guard there. Exactly. Probably less chance of injury for him. It's less strenuous for him.
I mean, everybody knew Peters was going to get hurt. He can't stay healthy anymore.
Exactly.
He's just old.
He's old. But I mean, if you put him there beside Lane Johnson, that could be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't really seen that too much.
No, we haven't. Not at all.
But yeah, man, I'm excited about this week. Hopefully they can do something against Pittsburgh, man. I'm excited to see what the Eagles can do. I'm excited to see the game plan they put together. Hopefully we're not disappointed. Hopefully I'm not seeing another video of yours.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not tearing this wall down and losing my mind, because I was this close to having a complete meltdown if they would have lost that game. I really was.
And of course, in Philly fashion, it came down to the last 2 minutes.
I know.
Where your heart's just beating out of your chest.
I know.
Our buddy Evan, he's a 49ers fan. So I mean, I was texting him the whole game. We were messaging back and forth. I have no clue what's going on. they had like the weird like drop kick, onside kick they
Yeah.
did. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
know
that
what
was
they needed to do
that
there.
was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
No.
like immediately after, Doug did like what you said, the third down, like run around
Yeah.
with Carson, and it went
Yeah.
nowhere. So there was like questionable calls there towards the end of the game.
See,
where it was like,
I really thought Doug was going to throw on second down. I thought he would roll him out and throw it like, quick pass, maybe, 5-6 yard pass, get into a third and short, something like that. And he ran it, and I'm like, well, where's Miles Sanders? Miles, why are you running Boston Scott? That doesn't work, And I last 2 weeks I didn't like Doug late in the game. I had problems with his calls.
a lot of questionable calls. Yeah. He's not great at being like conservative. It was like that's what Vern was saying a little while ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like what you say. If we're gonna beat Pittsburgh, I think Miles Sanders has to be in most of the game.
Yeah.
You got to take it deep sometimes. We didn't really see some deep shots there against San Fran. I think you got to take your chances there.
Yeah, I was yelling for my stream because Doug has a tendency to get like just where he's only going short, and then defenses catch on, and they're not even covering downfield. They're daring you, and if you don't test the defenses, then they're going to cheat. You want to keep them honest. So even if you take a shot once or twice and you don't get it, that's not the end of the world. At least it keeps them honest.
Yeah.
And when they did take the shot, they scored on it. So,
Yeah, the one shot with Travis.
Yeah.
That was nice. He put the ball right where it needed to go on that one.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the keys to beating Pittsburgh. They got to do it. I mean, that's if Carson has enough time to do that.
Yeah. Well, definitely.
But that's another thing. Hopefully that O-line can hold up. Hopefully Lane Johnson gets some rest here. Jordan's gonna get some more practice.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's exciting.
Definitely.
It definitely feels good to get a dub on the season because it was pretty abysmal those first couple weeks.
Not only that, but we're technically in first place. That's really scary.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Exactly.
That is a bad division.
Hey, if we can make the playoffs in a bad division like that, I mean, Tom Brady's been doing it for 20 years.
That's true.
He hasn't been finishing 7 and 9 though.
No,
that's true.
You may win a division at 6 and 10 at this rate.
That's what I'm saying. Tom Brady been winning the division at 11 and 4 or 11.
Exactly.
11 and 5.
Yeah. We could win a division with 6 wins, 7 wins.
It could happen.
The Giants won 2 Super Bowls like that, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah,
7 and 9.
They snuck in.
The wild card.
So hey, that division.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just gotta see who's healthy by the end of the year for pretty much every team at this point.
Yep.
If there is an end of the year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's exciting over here. Anything else you want to talk about Philly-wise there?
No, I'm good. I appreciate you guys having me on, though.
No problem,
man. Great time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah, we really appreciate you coming on, man. Vern, do you have anything you want to talk about with your Pats?
Pretty much just like I was saying, Week 5, it's possibility Cam Newton plays. We'll see. We just got to see how the rest of the week plays out. If he's tested negative, because he is asymptomatic, like we were covering a little bit earlier. Because goddamn, I do not want to see Brian Hoyer out there again. I would much rather just cancel the game, and because we have cancel the goddamn game. we have a bye week the next week after that, so Cam will definitely be back after that. So that's what I'm looking forward to is just getting Cam Newton back out on the field. Otherwise, besides Michelle, we don't have too many injuries, so it's been pretty good. It's just trying to figure out how to get this team to gel together.
Right.
Damn near no wide receivers. We're throwing it to this bird kid over and over and over and over. Edelman doesn't seem like he's playing like an old wide receiver at this point. He doesn't seem like
since that 150-yard game.
I just don't understand it. He's not catching the goddamn ball wide open. It's making me upset, but it is what it is. I'm just really excited to see how the season plays out because they're already going into this. I just wasn't too you
weren't optimistic for the
right.
season.
My expectations were too high before signing Cam, obviously, and then all the players that went out, as far as opting out. I was like, oh man. So if we can 2-2 after 4 weeks, we've won Super Bowls off of 2-2. So like let's just keep it rolling. Better than 0-4 or some shit. We're only one game ahead of y'all right now. But like I'm really excited about the future as far as this season. I'm not excited about if we don't have Cam Newton behind center because it looks ugly. Otherwise, But
it's understandable.
Hey, it was the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we bounce back against the Broncos this week. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
and
I
then
can see you guys starting to stud him, to be honest. Against
They better. If Cam doesn't play, Studham needs to start because I can't watch another week of Brian Hoyer back there. There's a reason he's been with us. I think they said he played 24 games and that was his first start last night. There's a reason.
Man. Yeah.
Like
he's a backup.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about was the Lakers.
The finals is going on right now. I think it's like in the last 5 minutes. They're down
as we speak.
They're up by 3.
The Lakers are winning 86-83 with 5 minutes left, and I am just like, oh my God, we need.
Over here.
I'm like watching this as I'm doing this, and I'm like, okay, brick, okay, nope. Just trying to pay attention to everything more or less, but like this game's got me like hype, and I know Jimmy Butler's been playing out of his mind lately.
Yeah, since the last podcast, they've won the one game. It's 2-1 right now.
Since the last podcast.
Yeah, Jimmy, he had a triple double. He had dropped like 40 points. He did all he can, and now they got like their big man back.
Yep. Bam's back.
Bam. Yeah. So I mean that helps a lot.
He came out this game and just first basket of the game, bam. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was watching it before we all hopped on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that's
what's your prediction for the finals, Philly? I know you don't really talk about.
I think I'm a big Sixer fan. I'm rooting for the Heat because I want the Sixers to suffer for getting rid of Jimmy Butler because I was not happy about that. I made the case before, we traded him away that you got to keep him. But I mean, I think the Lakers are too good. I think the Lakers are going to win this series.
I can see that.
And it looks like they're going to head up 3-1. Although, I mean, the one thing with Butler is he'll hang around, and then boom, boom, boom. But
Tyler Hero, shooting threes.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Lakers are too good.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, but it's like I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Oh,
so I mean, getting rid of Jimmy Butler, he was our star piece for so many years, and then we got rid of him. He went to the Timberwolves and then went to the Sixers.
That love for Jimmy.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched him last year. We took Toronto to Game 7 almost overtime.
Yeah,
and it was because of Jimmy. Jimmy was great, and in those streams, because I streamed those games, I'm like, you gotta sign this guy. You can't let him go. And then we get ready to let him go. Everybody's like, you should be happy. We got Horford. I hate Horford because I hate the Boston Celtics. I hate anything to do with that crappy team. So, I mean, it was just like you let Jimmy Butler go, and now he's in the finals. If he was on the Sixers still, I think we would be in the finals. That's how much I think Jimmy meant.
Especially this year. It's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if they lose this year, imagine, like, who they might add to the Heat with Jimmy. So maybe like they already went to the finals. Paul George, Giannis. If Giannis leaves, like who knows? It's scary. But I mean, I would like the Heat to win. But I mean, in seriousness, I think the Lakers. I think this is their chip to win.
I do too.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win that one. But I mean, I think there's only one thing left to cover here on the podcast.
One thing left to cover,
and it's usually what we do last, and that's our crazy sports stat or fact of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Do you have one this week, Vern?
I do, and it kind of stems off of one that you had a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's dealing with that Shaquille O'Neal missing 5,317 free throws in his career.
Okay.
Only 72 players in NBA history have even attempted more free throws than that.
Really?
Than Shaquille O'Neal has missed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my fucking god. Only crazy. 72 players have even attempted more free throws than he has missed. And I'm like, holy shit, that's wild to me. I just thought that was a crazy stat, especially since it had to do with one that you previously had on here.
Yeah, that is crazy. I have one that we don't really, for a sport we don't really talk about that much, and it's golf. I mean,
I love golf.
We've been playing some golf here the past couple weeks recently.
You know I love golf.
In the 1970s, Jack Nicklaus played all 40 majors and made the top 10 in 35 of them.
God damn. That's a crazy stat, but it's not super surprising because like we hear about how good he was. You know, like
Jack
he was
Nicklaus
the man
was a
back
legend.
then.
But yeah,
that's awesome.
Out of 40 majors, he made top 10 in 35. I mean, dude he knew how to golf. I wish I can get my golf game even like to 10% of what he was at. You know?
Exactly.
But I mean, that's usually how we close out the podcast, man. I really want to thank you, Philly.500, for stopping by, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me on. I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. And man, anytime you guys want to do this again, just let me know. I really appreciate it. And of course, I wish the best of luck to your channel, man. Keep doing what you guys are doing.
Absolutely,
doing a great job,
man.
Same with you, man. Keep up the good work. You know, I've been tuning into pretty much every video you drop just to see like what your opinion on with the Eagles, like, because like that's another thing that cheers me up about your videos is like I can go in because I know I'm gonna laugh at some point during your videos.
Right.
You always make me laugh at some point, whether you're hating on Dallas or something else. You know, like the Nelson Aguilar. You always talk about Nelson Aguilar.
I hate that guy. Yeah.
Hopefully, everybody does. And then hopefully this week we can double moonwalk all over Pittsburgh.
Yes, double moonwalk some ass this week. Yes.
Double moonwalk all over Pittsburgh.
Yes, that'd be great.
We really appreciate you stopping by, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's
man.
been great having you.
You too, man. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, so everybody go check out Philly.500's page, like and subscribe to him. You know, he's blowing up, man. He's doing bigger numbers every week. You know, I'll be looking at your live streams. You growing every week, man, and that's nice.
Thank you, man.
Glad to see
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
And everybody else, thank you for watching. Check out the Squad Pod Sports Twitter, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. See you, everybody.